what do we have here? We got the CIVIVI Cogent button lock. And, you know, I would like to go through it, but I can't because the button lock has really bad button stick. Button lock stick? Lock stick. Button lock stick. Let's just call it button lock stick. Especially when you flip it out hard. So when you flip it out hard, that button takes so much pressure to get to go in. But man, once you push it in, super nice action. Everything's good except just lock stick. I'm guessing that the coating, that the button has a coating on it, and I think the black coating that's on the button isn't helping. So we're going to take it apart and we're going to take that button out. We're going to polish that coating off and just kind of polish that part of the, they call it a plunger, I think, and that part of the plunger that interacts with the blade, we're going to polish that. Maybe polish the part of the blade it interacts with too and see if that helps. I feel like I've had good results with that in the past, just polishing that button. So let's get this guy apart and we'll see what we can do. Of course, we will do it in fast motion so that everyone doesn't have to suffer through 10 minutes of taking a knife apart. I mean, hopefully it doesn't take me 10 minutes, but it might.
Let's time it.
A little oily in there. Here's the other end. What do we got? This thing is two-piece? Huh, that's interesting. Didn't realize that the CIVIVI pivots was just a hollow threaded tube with basically a nut at one end and a nut, or a bolt, nut, whatever, at the other end. And I think I kind of took it apart backwards because this should stay and then this end should come out. But that's not really my fault. It just, the part came out that came out. So, interesting. Okay. It's not supposed to do that. I think somebody, maybe CIVIVI, Loctited it too much. Just cleaning the oil off of these parts right now. So here's the plunger. And the part that interacts with the blade is this part. This is the button right here. And then this is the part that interacts with the blade. So we're going to polish it up a little bit and see if that helps. Doesn't look too beat up or anything. Sometimes these look beat up around here when things aren't working right. So doesn't look bad though. So we will see. So here we go. We got the button stuck in the drill. And this is the end that goes over the spring, and that's the end that interacts with the blade. I'm just going to take this 1500 grit sandpaper, very fine sandpaper, and kind of wrap it around it. Maybe this way. And spin it. And then you can see what's coming off there is that black coating. So I'll move it to a new spot, hit it again. See, it's getting a little shinier. Keep going like that until we get that black coating off of there. It's getting there, getting there. It looks like it's mostly off. It's hard to tell. Let's see, right there. We'll hit it one more time. So this is not just taking off the coating, but it's also polishing the metal and making the metal more slippery, hopefully. That's the idea. All right, so I think that's probably good enough. So I'm going to take this blade over to my little polishing wheel. I'm going to polish right into that little channel there where the button goes in and hits. We'll see if that maybe helps a little bit. Doesn't look too bad, but we'll see. Slap it back together and see what happens. So we got it back together. Is there still lock stick? A little bit, yes. So I think I mitigated maybe 50% of the lock stick. It's definitely easier to, and if you flip it out hard, before it was really bad lock stick if you flipped it out hard. It's just kind of like all even. It's like the lock stick is now all the same. It doesn't get harder when you flip it out harder. And it's mild lock stick now instead of severe lock stick, I guess you could say. You can still hear it though. Now, would polishing it even more help? I don't know. I feel like I polish it pretty good. You can take some graphite dust. They use it for locks and stuff, so you could find it in the hardware store in the lock section, I think. And you can put a little graphite dust down in there where the two interact. That seems like that helps. It kind of helps them polish together a little bit or something. I don't know. Or it just is like a lubricant. I'm not sure. Maybe a drop of oil would help. I feel like it does, and I feel like I've tried that before, and it didn't really help. I'm going to use this 3-in-1 because it's a little thicker than the regular pivot lube. So I'll just put a drop of that in there. And wipe off the excess with something. Sometimes if you press the button in and give it like a turn, press it in and give it like a turn, it brings a new surface to bear on the blade, and that can help. It just wants to stick a little bit. Something about the geometry of the button with the blade or whatever. I don't know, maybe they all have a little stick. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like there's something wrong with it. It just feels like the two parts of metal are so, they're angled just right to where they kind of stick to each other. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was the coating, but I don't think there's any coating left on it, so not that. Let me know if you have a, what's it called? Cogent? If you have one of these CIVIVI buttons and if it has any lock stick in yours. Boy, that might be worse. Yeah, I would say it's not much better. It's a little better. If I said 50% better, I think that's probably a little bit too much. 25% better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So I think I turned it a little bit to where I found a better spot. That's hardly any lock stick right there. So that may have been, I could have maybe done that from the start. I don't know. Yeah, everything's tightened up right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I helped much at all, but turning the button to a new place has done more than my polishing did. So that's a little trick. Press the button in, and then as it's pressed in, give it like a turn. I'm not going to do it now because it found a good spot. Yeah, there's hardly any button stick right there. I don't know. Not sure why. Anyway, there's a half-assed way to fix some button stick that didn't really work, and then a second, easier way that actually seemed to work this time. So, have a nice day.